let's talk about how I got into hacking. I got exposed to that long time ago when I was like 14, 15 by one of my good friends, passed away, Eric Fatovic. I was over his house one day and he was like, yo, check this out. And he would send this software. It was called Sub7 back in the day. I don't know if many of you know Sub7. I don't know how old you people are watching this, but probably not many people know about this software. But it was called Sub7, and you send it to whoever's computer, embedded into whatever, it doesn't matter. You send them a file, be like, yo, open it up, you know, tell them it's an MP3 or whatever, and they click on it and nothing happens, or an image, and they're like, and you're like, oh, my bad. And then you had remote access, and you know, you could you had access to everything on this guy's computer, a person's computer. It would be like the camera, you could watch them. It's scary though, it's wild though. Back in the day I thought it was fun. I was like, wow, this is so cool. You could watch them, you could hear them, open up their drives. That was the coolest part. We'd you know, send it to friends and stuff. I would send it to my friends, and then he'd be on his computer and I'm like, open up his drive. He'd be like, what the hell? Or then just pop up a message, a Windows message, one of those error messages, notifications, just say something stupid, whatever. I would just say, you know, I'm watching you. And then they're like, what the hell? And then I call my friend, I'm like, oh, it's me, haha, and we'd have a good time, and it'd be a funny laugh, because this is like the beginning of, I don't want to say computers, but this was like the beginning of the beginning. I'm 40 years old, or 40 plus. So it wasn't so serious back in the day, it was just funny. But that was my first exposure to hacking, was through this program called Sub7. It was pretty sick. And then later on I got more involved. Well, I let it go after that. But then when I was like I said in my other videos, mentioned it before, I was at my cousin's house once, and I was like, yo, let me connect to your Wi-Fi. What's your password? And he's like, I don't know, because he was connected through the LAN. And I'm like, how the hell do you not know your Wi-Fi password? So, like I said, I downloaded Kali Linux. It's great for pen testing, if any of you wants to get into hacking. So I got Kali Linux, put it on a thumb drive, USB, boot it up, and then you're off to the races, whatever is you want to do. But I wanted to, you know, get the password for the Wi-Fi, so I would change the CPU into monitor mode, start sniffing the network, and then depending if you had a WPA access point, or if it was a WEP was the easiest, obviously. I would get the handshake and I would be in. And then I would, like I said in my other video, just try my neighbor's. He was a big time cop. I'm like, your password's this. And he's like, how the hell do you know that? I'm like, you should probably change it and change your connection access point to WPA. It's way harder, way harder. And things are getting a little more sophisticated, but whatever. It is what it is. So that was my first that's when I first started getting into hacking. That was a lot of fun. And then after that, I wanted to, you know, get passwords or get access to a website. What I really wanted is passwords. I was like, man, how can I get a person's password, right? Sometimes they, like, you know, like when you go into Facebook or your social media account, whatever, let's just use Facebook for example. That was my first, I remember Facebook was my first trial and error. So people are sometimes already logged in, you know, they're already cached cookies and stuff. So they'd go to facebook.com and they're already on their profile. So how do I get their password when they're already logged in? You know, so that was one, so it's basically man-in-the-middle attacks, but it was that. How do I get their password that way? and how do I get their password before they enter it. And you'd probably use Wireshark or a different program so you can capture keystrokes. But the coolest one, and really you really don't need passwords. Who really cares? You just need the person to be cached, logged in. Let's let this guy pass. I'm gonna slow down right here. Look at this. Look at this view though. I'm gonna stop right here. Let him pass. There you go. Let's pull him over. You know me, I love to say that. Let's pull him over. Let me just go a little straight. I love that the trees are blooming, so it's just like real nice. It's looking nice. It's gonna be all white here. It's beautiful. I mean, just look at this, man. Look how nice it looks over here. Gasnoimo coming up to the right there. Look how gorgeous that is. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's gorgeous. We're gonna go over there. Glad it's a clear day. So where was I? Session hijacking. Right. You know, after that, I really didn't care about passwords. What I really wanted is if the person is already logged in and has his password cached, and just basically clone his session, and that was it. Use Hamster. I don't know, I really have nothing else to say to that. That's actually what I love the most, is basically doing a MITM attack. Man in the middle. And then kicking him off the network. What you do is basically, because there's an access point, and here's the person you're trying to get data from, or access, or whatever you want to do, and you kick him off his network, and then you force him to connect right back. He's gonna connect back to his Wi-Fi. As soon as he connects into your server, connects into your like computer, like your fake server, and then you send him off to the real internet. So he's connected to his access point, but he's actually going through you. So whatever he types, you get all the keystrokes, you get all the passwords. You download his session ID, session hijack, and then you just go to facebook.com and you're done. And the person doesn't even know it's happening. That's how crazy it is. Doesn't know if he's not tracking it. But that was just really crazy. So that was like my first experience. First it was cracking, gaining access to Wi-Fi's, and then it was the session hijacking. So like if you live in an apartment complex or something, I can't even imagine being there. That's just got to be so crazy. I mean, you don't want to even do that. You don't even want to know. You don't want to find out what your neighbors are doing. You'd be like, Jesus. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful that is. It's a beautiful building right there. I like that. Let's make a right here. Let's make a right here. I should go left in there one day. I don't know if I can go in there. Oh no. Let's go to our spot. Been here before. Slow down. Whoa. Easy, shorty. Easy, shorty. Look at this beautiful view. Man, people that live here is pretty cool. It's pretty cool looking. No lie. Real nice. I like this. I really like this. People working already in the morning. This guy's coming through. Okay, let me just let this guy. Okay, hold on, wait, hold on, just pull right here. He knows. Don't you worry, buddy. All right, I'll let him go through. We're gonna go straight. Man, the camera's burning up. Did he shut off? No, okay. Gotta hold it for a second. Make a left right here. Boom. Just gonna go straight. I'm just gonna go straight. There we go. Look at this. Boom. Made it. We got JC right there. Let's go look. Let's go see what we got here today. Got the pigeons. Good morning. I love doing that. I always love messing around. I got my muff in the car again. I should have taken it with me. JC. Number 1, baby. All right. Bacchus Neumo. Look at that. What a beautiful view. Eh? How gorgeous is that? That's beautiful. I love Znojmo. Znojmo's cool. There's a restaurant down there that is by it's like a MiG. It's like a jet there. Oh, there's like a baggie here. We all know what that means. I bet he's been smoking pot. That's real nice. Like a little, I don't know what it is, like a little chapel or something. Znojmo Tower over there. Love this Znojmo Tower. I want to go up there. We're going to go up there. It's going to be nice. All right, we got JC right here. Number 1. Like I said, I'm not religious. I don't care about any religion, one religion. But I am a follower of Christ. Oh, there's a tile missing, so they go right inside their home right there. Let's see how it is. I hope he's not going to poop on me. If he does, I'm going to be very lucky, apparently. But yeah, look at that. How cool is that, man? JC right there. Anyway, so that's my hacking story, how I got into hacking. And then I'll do another little quick video about hacking. I don't know, that's all I had to say. So I'll see you guys later. You guys have a beautiful day. Adios.